The return to local assembly by two automakers, that's Volkswagen and Peugeot, signals a growing interest from motor vehicle manufacturers, aiding Kenya's efforts to industrialize. The country has become of interest to the motor vehicle companies, at a time when there is a debate on the stagnation of the manufacturing sector. Now, Hudheifa Aden explores the hurdles the sector faced and what has changed since.
French car maker Peugeot's plan to start local assembly of its brands comes a couple of months after German automaker Volkswagen started assembling and marketing passenger cars in Kenya. This move points to the multinational's growing confidence that demand for their vehicles is increasing in Kenya and the region.
What I can tell you is that we want to reach 1,000 cars a year as soon as possible.
Many factors led to these assemblers folding up their local assembly points to look for new markets.
The reason a number of these assemblers left the continent, or at least left Kenya, was because at that point second-hand vehicles were coming into the market and the local assembly was not able to compete with the second-hand vehicles.
The National Treasury proposed to introduce a rate of 20% excise duty based on the value of the vehicle. This was, however, shelved after complaints that the government will be inhibiting local assembly, making these cars uncompetitive. Kenya has made strides in increasing the energy capacity for production of vehicles, and a growth in consumer spending now favors the assemblers. The ability of the local industry to support the automobiles is an attractive factor to the multinationals returning to the country.
It means real work to cut the costs of transport and energy, and that is why we have put so much more power into the grid and why we are building the standard gauge railway while making sure that it directly benefits Kenyan industry.
There are three assemblers in the country. We have AVA, we have KVM and General Motors, who have an installed capacity of about 9,600 vehicles a year. So that capacity is something the people coming into the market can take advantage of, because value chains have been built. We have a whole value chain around the automobile sector in Kenya.
This interest from the automakers may mean that the pessimism that has been in the manufacturing industry could start dissipating and more manufacturers may express interest in Kenya. Hudheifa Aden, NTV.